a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
A tough time a season ago. His team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Purdy now to throw. This is Jennings. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Faking the give, Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now it's Darnold. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Elijah Arroyo, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
That's the score, Seahawks 7.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation, already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First down, San Francisco.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Purdy looking to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
Complete to Brandon Ayuk. A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 7. Here's Pearsall on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 yards.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now 2nd and 5. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 39.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Darnold from the gun. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Play action. It's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Darnold. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Michael Williams in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Outright to Smith-Njigba. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. To throw is Darnold. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And a 49er 1st down.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 on the Seahawks 17-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Throwing here, Purdy. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Well, as a wide out, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Moody good with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
49ers 7.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Off of play action, Darnold. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Purdy. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
15. 1st down, 49ers.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And this is caught, Jennings. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
San Francisco.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners are an extra point away now from moving out in front. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now Moody for the PAT. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Faking the give, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Jacob Cowing deep to receive it. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 46, here's 2nd down at a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. Purdy now to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
San Francisco.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now Purdy. Throw it offside. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll run for the 1st time here with Brian Robinson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Niners add 6 to their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point try now for Moody. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That time, a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
In motion comes the tight end left. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
To about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw, Darnold. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. The tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're starting to put some space here. You know, the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Purdy looking to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 102 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
First down, San Francisco.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Purdy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Looking to put a drive together. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they run it well here to start the second half.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They're going right back to Walker. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Darnold now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves its sticks.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Seahawks.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Walker once more. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have come back to make it a 2-point game. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Niners offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A gain of 13 yards. And a 49er first down.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. McCaffrey. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Purdy on a sneak. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And that will force a turnover on downs. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
2nd and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And that is incomplete here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Darnold from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So illegal touching, not one you see often. It's going to wipe away a first down.
Very simply, if you're a receiver, you can't set foot out of bounds and then be the first to catch the football. Side judge, right there on the play, made the call.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Back to throw, Purdy. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Kittle catching the slam. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And a 49er first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Slot man moves right. Throwing here, Purdy. Over the middle, complete. It's Jennings. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, a 14-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have moved out in front. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Now Moody for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Oh, nice move. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Play action. It's Darnold. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Purdy now to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
1st down, San Francisco.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
This is McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
That's complete to Pearsall. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
4 yards.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Darnold now to throw. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Purdy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a 49er first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, San Francisco.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Looking to put a drive together. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Darnold. That's down the field. He's got a royal. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here, Purdy. And this is caught, Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another 1st down.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Boye Mafe got to the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
First down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing here, Purdy. Here's a screen for Robinson.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screen play is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Here's Purdy.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now Darnold and the Seahawks down 34-31, 2:21 the time left. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got room past the 30.
And all the way up to the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for the Seahawks. First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Darnold.
That'll be caught by Cobb. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Darnold to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over, so a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now 1st and goal.
Now it's Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Darnold. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now it's the Niners' turn, trailing by 4. A little under 40 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's Purdy to throw. He's got Ayuk once again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes second down. Throwing, Purdy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
16 seconds, all that remain. Second down. To throw is Purdy. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
First down, 49ers.
This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.